concerning alcohol intake and then the effect of alcohol on some peculiar organs or tissues. So that's basically what we've been doing. Our last episode was on, I think we've had it on the liver, and now we are on the brain. I said we are talking about the concerning about four organs, right? Talking about the liver, the brain, the heart, and then the kidneys. I mean, after everything, we should be able to um, probably know that alcohol is actually not our friend. You understand? Alcohol is not the friend you have to make. Regardless of everything, you need to avoid it. You understand? In as much as it has some benefits, I mean, some articles proves that alcohol helps the heart. Alcohol has a lot of benefits as well. In as much as, I mean, anything that has a lot of benefit has a lot of side effects. So that's one thing you should consider. But for me, I think even we don't even need it at all. You understand? I don't know the amount of alcohol your body will need for you to go to maybe a beer bar or something. Like it's a dangerous thing. I mean, alcohol shouldn't be your friend. I mean, I have friends who have made friends with alcohol, and then well, we hope that they change. You understand? All right, so let's get into it for today. So today we are basically talking about the effect of alcohol on the brain. I mean, I've written some things here. You can all see it. You can all probably see it, and then you can relate. I'm going to make sure that we are going to be able to relate to these things. I mean, these are just what terms, and then I'm going to break them down for all of us to understand. All right, so one specific thing we need to know is that alcohol, the reason why I'm saying alcohol is not our friend is that alcohol is a depressant. So, um, those who go into depression and then they resort to alcohol, they are killing themselves. Alcohol is always a depressant. It will further depress you more. And then when we take the brain, so today we are talking about alcohol in the brain. When we take the brain, the only function of the brain, as I always say, is what? To move the body about. That's the only function of the brain, to move the body about. So if the brain is to move the body about, when you move, I mean, as a person, as a human being, when you decide to move, you realize that a lot of things in your body become activated. It takes a lot of work from your brain for you to be able to move, even though that's the only function, but it takes a lot of work. Almost every part of you has to be working when you want to move. You understand? So if you have alcohol going to the effect of alcohol on the brain is basically trying to block the brain from its activities. That's what alcohol does. So if the brain is going to make you work and alcohol is going to block it, you can't work. You understand? That's why sometimes even, I mean, in simple things, sometimes you see some drunkards and then they can't even find their way home. They can't even walk. They are just lying on the floor and all of that. Yes, that's basically what alcohol is doing to the brain. And like I'm saying, since walking entails a lot of physiological processes occurs in you before you even try to decide to get up to walk. Just that these occurrences have some few seconds to what to adjust to your system and then start performing their function. So if you have alcohol trying to block all of these things, it means you are in danger. It means it's not actually your friend. Understand? So today basically we are going to talk about two broad terms here. We have what you call the inhibitory system and we have what you call the excitatory system. I mean, if you are not health inclined, if you are not medically inclined, I mean, this is not a big deal. You understand? When you say someone is excited, basically the person is active, the person is happy. You can't be excited and be sad and be calm and then you understand. Those people you ask questions. I mean, come on, you've won something, you're supposed to be excited, you're supposed to be jubilating, and then you are just calm like that. You understand? You see that no, there's something wrong somewhere. So once you're excited, you're supposed to be what active. So that's what it basically means. And then inhibitory, I mean, you are inhibited from becoming active. So that's it. You are calm. You are just down. You are not moving. All of that. Okay, so these are the things alcohol is going to work on. So this occurs in the brain. This one goes up. So there is a balance between these two. So this one goes up all the activities in your system, that's in your body, your heart rate, your respiratory rate, all of it are regulated, goes up. This the circulatory system kind of bring it up, the inhibitory system kind of what bring it down. So there is that kind of balance between it so that it doesn't what fluctuate. That's how the normal body works. That's how the normal brain works. Now, for someone who takes in alcohol persistently, and then the person has taken it for a longer period of time, what happens is that, I mean, since we are saying that alcohol is a depressant, and a normal circumstance is supposed to come and calm things down. So we basically think that it's going to only work on this one. So what happens is that alcohol will come and work on this. It will activate this pathway, this system. When this system goes up, it means that a lot of things in you are going to what? Be calm. So your heart rate is going to calm down, your respiratory rate is going to calm down, your muscles are going to be very weak. You're not going to be able to even walk what properly. Now, you would think that since this one is coming down, since I said they work in parallel, this one goes up, this one comes down, you would probably assume that this one will what eventually go up, then it will cancel out the effect of the alcohol from this one. But in another way, alcohol will come and also block this side from even working. So it blocks the two pathways. It increases this one and it blocks this one. So that at whatever is going to do there, it will be able to achieve. Because it knows that if it blocks this one, if it's able to activate the inhibitory system or the inhibitory pathway for the body to calm down, for the systems within the body to calm down, and it doesn't do anything to this one will come out, cancel it out. And at the end of the day, that effect is not going to be achieved. And the reason why it's very, very important is that alcohol gives that kind of sweet feeling, that kind of pleasurable feeling that now this kind of thing I'm doing is very good. I'm enjoying it. So the body, there is always the edge to go in for more. So this is basically what happens. It activates this system, then it blocks what this system from working. So as it keeps on, the brain is one of the organs in the body that learns, or tissues in the body that learns a lot is the brain. It has a lot of information about everything that happens to it. So once you keep on taking the alcohol persistently, and then this is happening, this one is going up, this one is coming down. Now you are no like your systems are always down, your heart rate. If you don't take care, everything can even shut down. Then the end results will be what? Death. So what happens is that God made the body in such a way that last time I said it can protect itself. So what happens is that when this one goes up and then this one comes down, this one is blocked. The brain activates a certain system called adaptation response. Adaptation response. All right. So this adaptation response will come and decrease the inhibitory side and then activate the excitatory side. Now, this is what happens in alcoholism. It will come and decrease the inhibitory side, meaning that it will come and inactivate it and what? Increase the excitatory side, which means it is going to counter attack the effect of the alcohol. So at the end of the day, if you took in the alcohol and your heart rate came down, your respiratory rate came down, your muscles became weak, the adaptation response is going to reactivate it and make it what? Come up, the respiratory rate come up, that's your breathing, right? All the things that went down are going to what? Going to come up. I mean, isn't it nice? So that's how the body should be. If this keeps on happening, the person who took in the alcohol, now because when the person took in the alcohol, the person was feeling very sweet, the person was having this kind of nice pleasure, the person was enjoying it's kind of controls your mood, you understand? So it gives you that kind of mood that you enjoy the most. So what happens is that now, because the brain has been able to correct the situation, you feel that no, you are not feeling that kind of sensations again. You are not feeling nice, you're not feeling sweet, you're not enjoying. So you would want to top up. Because now you are thinking that now the alcohol you took has been exhausted. So you would want to top up to achieve the same feeling again. That is where you keep on going, you keep on going, then there is a point where you get addicted to it, because you need a higher amount to achieve the same effects you were going through, the same responses you were going through before the body sparked to correct the situation. So now you would also want to battle with the body's pace at which it is correcting the situation. So you also keep on taking more alcohol, then eventually it becomes a lifestyle, then you get addicted. Now, the moment you try to stop, this is basically the reason why people who are addicted to alcohol are not able to stop. You see that the body has been able to, like I said, the brain learns a lot. The brain learns that you take in alcohol to decrease your activities in you. It depresses almost every part of your body. Then you realize that since that is occurring, that can hurt you. Then let it the brain try to activate the system that would rather help you to become what like a normal human being. Then you were like, no, you became too selfish and you were like, no, I want that kind of sweet feeling, sweet sensations I was having. So I need to top up my thoughts I've been taking. All right. So instead of two thoughts, you go for like five thoughts and all of that. Then it becomes what? Addiction. Now, when you do that, now is a lifestyle. The moment you stop, since the brain has taken over to adapt to your system, the moment you stop, this one wouldn't stop. The brain activating the circulatory system for your heart rate to come up, your respiratory rate to come up, your muscles to become overly active and all of that. Your brain will start working like never before and all of those things. You become so confused, like you become unwell, that it gives you that kind of ill feeling. Those are the things we call withdrawal syndrome. Because one, you have stopped taking the alcohol, and because your brain has learned that you have been a chronic abuser, so every day the brain thinks you are going to take alcohol. So the brain has already assumed that your heart rate is going to come down, your respiratory rate is going to come down, your muscle activity is going to get decreased. Then let me kick in the system so that it will rather bring them up. So when you take in the alcohol and even sends it down, it won't go down to the point where you get hurt. So the brain will kick in these activities, your heart rate to go. So since, even if you haven't taken the alcohol, you see that your heart rate and your respiratory rate and things are going up. You become so much confused. You feel like there is something touching you, there is hallucinations and all of that. So those are the symptoms you call what withdrawal symptoms. You stop the alcohol, but the brain is still working as if you are taking the alcohol. So it stimulates a lot of organs in your body to work at a pace where it feels like when you're taking the alcohol, it will kill you. So I need to kick in some things to counterattack the effect of the alcohol. Meanwhile, you haven't taken any alcohol that particular time. So it becomes something that you are not used to. So you become ill. That's the withdrawal symptoms you go through. So abusing alcohol can go on from you can become drowsy. So there is drowsiness, can have blackout, and even what death. You can die out of it. So effect of alcohol on the brain, like I said, the major function of the brain is to move the body about. So alcohol basically is going to block you from moving. So people who get drunk and all of that, see that what the basic thing they can't do is to walk. So when you look at even with our health field, when you examine, these investigative security officers and all of that, they do this test when they want to see that you are drunk. They make you do the step test. Just or sometimes I don't want to get the terms, get you confused with the terms. Sometimes you make you raise up your hand, you see that you'll be shaking, it's called flapping tremors and all of that. Yes, the movement is what is compromised. The normal movement of the body is compromised with what? Chronic alcohol intake. So basically, it's going to block the activities of the brain from making you move your body. So we are not friends with alcohol. So with this, I think if you've listened enough and then you've gotten to understand what alcohol actually does to the brain, you basically wouldn't risk yourself taking alcohol too much into your body. I mean, I've had people who come and be like, oh, um, do you take in alcohol? They go like, oh, no, really. And you go like, "Oh, okay, when this person says no really, what does he or she mean? They will tell you occasionally. They ask them the occasion. Sometimes they can even tell you when they are about to eat. Can you imagine? You take in alcohol occasionally, but then how do you take it when you're about to? So anytime you're about to eat, it's an occasion to you. You understand? I mean, it's not fun. Day in day out, people are suffering from alcoholic issues, alcoholic diseases, and all of that. So I think understanding what it can do to your body should even prompt you to be careful when you are taking it. All right, so this is where O.M.A Medical Studio. This is the effect of alcohol on the brain specifically. So now we are through with the liver, we are through with the brain. Next one we'll be looking at the heart. You understand? Next one we'll be looking at the heart. So alcohol has a lot of bad effects on the body organ. So take note. Don't abuse it. If you can stop, just stop. Though it's not easy to stop. Because I mean, this is the reason why it's not easy. This is the reason why the addiction occurs. So just take note.